Well, what if bunny math could improve your trading by over 70%? Crazy, right? Well, there's these ancient numbers that were discovered a long time ago that has everything to do with predicting the populations of bunnies to the breakout of the stock market. Hey, this isn't going to be your typical Fibonacci trading. I've been digging into some of the really interesting things about fibs that I want to share with you. So this first video is about bunnies, the breakouts. So hey, you ready to jump in? Oh, should I say, are you ready to hop in? In this first video, I'll walk you through how the origin of Fibonacci's really has something to do with bunnies, why there's this thing called the golden ratio that shows up not only in nature, but also in the stock market, and why understanding this pattern gives you an edge that most traders won't have. Let's jump into today's session. Fibonacci's Unleashed Bunny Math to Golden Magic Fib Bots. We're here to learn how to utilize the tools of Fibonacci's as a structure and stack probabilities in our favor so we can stop second guessing the market. And also using tools like Fibonacci's can definitely build better consistency so that you're not chasing trades and you know how and when to wait. And so this will help us make better decisions and have better clarity. Have you ever wondered about the ancient bunny math that became one of the most powerful forecasting tools in modern trading? That's right. We're talking about Fibonacci's and how they were discovered and how now we use them to discover things that perhaps the discoverer of, and I don't know if he discovered them or not, but how the discoverer of Fibonacci's would have never seen, no, he could have never seen how it would be utilized in such a way with today's trades. And I'm amazed every time I look at a Fibonacci, I am fascinated by how well it forecasts and shows where prices are going. Now, I don't know if that is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Is that why it happens? What does Fibonacci's have to do with trading and why it works? We're going to be talking a little bit about the math. The fact of the matter is, what if I told you this same sequence that was used by Fibonacci can forecast where price is likely to go, where it's likely to reverse? And so let's have some fun on that. Did you like my little rabbits there in a Fibonacci coil up there? But we see Fibonacci's presence everywhere. Our buddy Leonardo Fibonacci, or Leonardo of Pisa, basically started studying the aspect of, he wasn't after trading stocks. He just wanted to know and track bunny babies, how they procreated and how they could basically utilize it. And so it's really interesting how we went from bunny babies to what I think is one of the strongest mechanisms for, again, forecasting where prices are going or where they might go, where they're going to turn around. And he did this, like I said, real brief. We're not going to get deep into the math on this one, but he discovered this sequence, and it turned out to be, it was nature's way of saying, hey, let's grow smart together. This is going to repeat. And he discovered this thing called the golden ratio, the 1.618. And it tends to show up everywhere. It shows up in seashells. It shows up in storms. It shows up in the way bunnies procreate. And yes, it also shows up in S&P 500 pullbacks or S&P 500 breakouts and extensions. The Fibonacci's turn up there also. So the natural growth patterns show up in things like the market, like bunny footprints in the snow. And this is part of the deal, is that this is just a light and humorous overview of this initial part of the Fibonacci. If you're looking for a deeper dive, I've done a 2-part series over in my YouTube channel. Let me post that in there. There is the link for the first part over on the YouTube channel. Go take a look at those. They're about 40 to 50 minutes worth of in-depth, rock-hard training about Fibonacci's. It includes both the price action Fibonacci's, but also digs into the time sequence Fibonacci's. And so if you want to go deep, there's your opportunity to go deep. Let's go ahead and dig in. Bunny math. There's our good old buddy, Leonardo, and he's counting bunnies, as you see. But what happens when you box in these patterns and times into your entries? That's where the real magic tends to happen. That I always taught, Leonardo wasn't trying to predict the NASDAQ. He was just wanted to see how fast bunnies got busy. And then it swung to the golden ratio. And you wouldn't know, the same math shows up almost in everything we do. So in real life, you've run into these before. And again, when you're introduced to trading, there's also that opportunity that shortly after you get involved with trading, you hear somebody start talking about fibs and Fibonacci's and all that kind of stuff. And when I first heard about them, I went, wow, those are really confusing. But then I started seeing them applied. And that's for me when the magic started happening. So Leonardo had a bunny problem and he found he could solve it with the Fibonacci sequence. Nature follows this, and the markets, as no shock there, mimic so much of what we see in nature. Hey, in the next video, I'm really excited because we're going to lock in what the heck is the golden magic fib box and how you can use it to predict where the market is going to bounce after a pullback. Hey, if you haven't done so yet, grab my book, Trade Your Way to Freedom. I thoroughly cover all 4 of my setups and triggers that I use to beat the market for the last 14 years.